Good night. Welcome to Conversation with Rickford Burke. Text me, let me know where you're watching from. I think you guys are seeing me. Are you guys seeing me? Let me know. It's a little dark here, right? But keep sharing the link, everybody. Share the link. Got some information here to give out about the Tin Pot Dictator. Tin Cup. From tonight, Bharrat will be known as Guyana's Tin Cup Dictator. A wannabe tin cup. Anybody got a tin cup? Anybody in Guyana, take a picture of a tin cup, an old, dirty, rusty tin cup for me, please. And post it in the chat. So, keep sharing the link, everybody. Welcome to Conversation with Rickford. I was a little under the weather, but I'm good now. But I'm getting better. So share the link. Share the link, everybody, and I'll be back. Text me, let me know where you're watching from. Come on, share the link, everybody. Let's get some thousands of people up in here. Get on all of your platforms. WhatsApp, MSN, email, Twitter, Facebook Messenger, Facebook, everywhere. Share the link. Share the link, everybody. And I'll be back in 60 seconds. Share the link. And get in the chat. Let me see where you're watching from. All right, keep sharing the link, everybody. Again, welcome to conversation with Rick Fredberg. I'm not sure. It looks dark to me. I'm not sure. Could we get the lights? But the lights get very hot here. Um, so tonight I want to talk about Bharrat Jagdeo and respond to this. He said, "I'm a criminal." Let me say it before I say anything. Let me play this. Keep sharing the link, everybody. Everyone share the link to at least 30, 40 other people. Share the link. Let's listen to the Bharrat Jagdeo.
I saw Rick Fredberg. It's the same kind of trend. Now, his organization hosting an activity in Washington to talk about discrimination in Guyana. Now, the first thing they should do is to catch him and lock him up, because he is used that organization that he has should be registered under FARA. He's lobbying in the US, and it's illegal to lobby the way he's doing it unless you're registered as a foreign agent. So that's what they should do, and maybe someone needs to complain to the Justice Department and other places that he is doing that. He's collecting money for that purpose, and I think he's ripping people off. He creates this organization. He has to generate activities and to have profile, and then he raises money to do this. So that's what he's been doing. And then we know that he's a criminal. He tried to extort businessmen for money here. So anybody who associates with him, they're associating with a criminal type, a criminal in Washington. And we will make this point, and I don't care which congressman or anybody else who wants to be part of a criminal network, because that is what he has. I don't care about that. Because at the end of the day, the people of this country matter, and particularly those who live here. They matter. So we will robustly take that on, and we'll point out all of this. In fact, he'll get some robust engagements there, and we'll embarrass those who will be part of these activities, because we point out there are links to a criminal who is living off of the U.S.
The only criminal probably that would be there is somebody Jagdeo's mother made. Yes. The only criminal that would probably be at that conference is probably somebody Jagdeo's mother created, which is him. And he's not going to be there. That's the first thing I want to say. Second, Jagdeo is talking about criminal and association. First of all, let me say this. Jagdeo should name business people that we're extorting. He has no respect for black people. And it's very clear he's going berserk, he's going crazy. And in his effort to attack me, he doesn't even realize what he's saying. Name one person, Jagdeo, that we try to extort. Just don't come here and talk crap. Name one person. You think everybody is like you, who's a criminal. Think criminal, think bribe, think extortion. You can't help yourself because you're from Unity. You probably used to drink the dirty leper water from the leper hospital. They used to flow out in the yard in front by you. So your brain got kerfuffled. All the crackatay and cockabelly you eat with your low life self, that probably got your brains little kerfuffled. But black people are not like you guys. So don't disrespect black people that we're criminals. We don't eat crackatay and cockabelly. You're a crackatay Guyanese. Jagdeo, you're a crackatay Guyanese. But since Jagdeo wants to talk about criminal, black people are criminals, how about this?
What about within your government?
Yes.
Do you accept bribes?
No, I don't.
We've spoken to a number of Chinese business people in Guyana who said that you do accept bribes, and they have said that in fact it's the only way to get business done is to bribe. One Chinese businessman we spoke to involving timber logging told us that basically as long as the vice president is okay with it, it's fine. He just needs to give one phone call to whoever is in charge, they'll get it done right away. The real big boss is the vice president, everything is under the table, the whole country is like this.
Yeah, well, I can't comment on that because it would be an anonymous person. You can just sit there and fabricate that. As I said before, a lot of the companies and reporters. Well, no, but you can if you name the person, that's fine. When the reporters come from abroad, this is their catch you kind of thing. You always want to make a developing country leader look corrupt. So you've done your bit. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people. I can say, two persons told me before this interview, don't do the interview with Vice News because that is precisely what they will do. They will fabricate something and come and say they spoke with people here.
Well, we're not fabricating
yes,
anything.
But let's talk about let me tell you something. So all my statements are in with the Integrity Commission. The last government, they checked everything about me and they didn't find anything. They checked my bank accounts abroad, they checked everything, they didn't find anything. So there has to be the evidence of it. But you're not bringing evidence, you're saying an anonymous Chinese source. Okay, well, maybe the Chinese company that did not get the agreement that they wanted here, maybe they're the ones who told you. Or it could be just a fictitious thing.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jiro?
Su? Oh, Su. My relationship? Nothing. He's a tenant in my place, yeah.
And he's a good friend of yours?
Yes, yes.
That same Sue, your bag man. Sue? Nothing. Sue? Yes, Sue, your bag man. You corrupt pig. Sue, yes. Jagdeo was caught in his house meeting investors. So you think about this. This little corrupt tin cup dictator who's trying to call black people corrupt was had an appointment to meet with purported Chinese business people to talk about an investment. They claimed they had an investment company, a company that wanted to do business in Guyana. Jagdeo said, "Oh, right, they got money. Tell them meet me at my house." So the people drove to Sparta at this big mansion that people say bribe money bill. I don't know. I wasn't there. I haven't seen any evidence of it, but that's what the people say. Since Jagdeo like to quote Trump and behave like Trump, I'm a quote Trump. The people say he never proved how he built a house. That's what the people talking on the streets. The people say it's bribe money. I don't know. But let's get back to Jagdeo. So he told these Chinese business people, which were journalists and federal agents, posing as Chinese investors, to meet him at his house. While at his house, he is there negotiating what is called a service fee. That's what they call it, the bribe. Service fee. Service fee for what? He's in government. That's his responsibility, or that's the responsibility he took. You notice he took every responsibility that got to do with money, the oil, the natural resources, and the money. He wants to sign the money. And he won't control the oil wealth. And the sovereign wealth fund, he doesn't have any shame, you know. He fought tooth and nail to get back your money to do justice. You think we want to know his middlemen he got? I wonder how many middlemen that own houses in their names for him. How many bribes that these middlemen took for him? Huh? So he's meeting these investors in his house. And Sue, who has no connection to the government, absolutely none, is negotiating there with him. Sue is the one that would make all the arrangements. As Sue has all the access he needs, and whatever Sue wants, Sue gets. Deal with Sue. I'm in government. I can't really touch the money. Give it to Sue. He can bring it by me later. I guess that's the thinking. Keep sharing the link, everybody. And this son of a gun has the audacity to call me a criminal. Never been arrested in my life. Never. Jagdeo was arrested for corruption by Suku. This rusty, dirty, trench crapple, Mahaika Leper Market trench water, crackete, cockabelly, Jagdeo, calling me a criminal. And anybody who associates with me as a criminal, let's stop there. Right, Bharrat Jagdeo sold the Leonora estate senior staff compound. I used to live in Leonora. He sold that to Eramad. He has Eramad and his brother have sheriff security, sheriff's hospital, all over. They're his friends. Every single, almost every single PPP minister went to the opening of the sheriff hospital at Leonora. His government sold the estate staff compound, housing compound, to Eramad. Eramad is Jagdeo's best friend. Eramad went to jail in America for housing fraud. A convicted criminal. Bharrat Jagdeo hanging with him. Bharrat Jagdeo giving him, almost giving him the Leonora compound, because that was a giveaway. And all of them PPP ministers went to the opening of the sheriff hotel. And the government of Guyana gave the sheriff all the security contracts. And one of the brothers went to jail in America for housing fraud. There's past black people. There's past black people. I guess because they're East Indian supporters of the PPP there. Oh, yeah, we can do that. We are supreme. We are supreme KKK. But let me tell Bharrat Jagdeo this. I see you coming after me. I'm coming after you back. This Negro here, this descendant of the indomitable slaves, coming after you back. Let's go ahead. I am not those people in Guyana that you think that you can use the police to frame and you can use your death squads to kill. I heard you're planning to get me killed. What do you think will happen after that? You gonna live comfortable after? A friend of mine who is not Guyanese, keep sharing the link, everybody, went to Guyana. I was staying at the Marriott. Lo and behold, a certain government official joined by another high-ranking, probably at the highest level ranking of the government, sitting at a table right next to them, talking about how they have to destroy Rickford Burke. My friend is from Trinidad, living in America, working in corporate America, sitting at the Marriott in Guyana, listening to PPP government officials with other people he didn't know, talking about the strategy to either kill or destroy Rickford Burke. Same thing, the Attorney General came to New York and got caught doing the same thing. The people of Guyana, this is not 1999 to 2006 or 2010, when you kill black people and get away with it like Ronald Waddle and them, and call them criminals. Just like you call him a criminal. Everybody they try to kill, they label them criminals. Yeah, he's a criminal, kill him. The people of Guyana will ensure swift justice. That's all I got to say. Swift justice. This is not the Jagdeo era. You kill Courtney Cummey. Well, what y'all think y'all are? The best thing killing? Somebody disagree with you, you kill them? Jagdeo, you come for me, I'll come for you. I'm not afraid of you. You're the biggest criminal in Caribbean, the most racist in the Caribbean. And you're not going to disrespect this black Guyanese and get away with it, like y'all call us, these black people. You can't get away with it. I will go after you back. And then he's attacking members of Congress. This cricketer, lowlife, Mahika Unity Trench, Cockabelly eating Bharrat Jagdeo, attacking members of Congress because he thinks he's powerful. He's sitting on top of oil money. I don't care what member of Congress, I will attack them on a burst. Wait, go attack the members of Congress, sir? And you said you want to engage us robustly at the conference in Washington. But Bharrat Jagdeo, I hereby extend you an invitation. Come to Washington and engage us robustly. We shall return the favor robustly. Come to Washington, cricketer, tin cup dictator Jagdeo. Come to Washington. We beg you, come to Washington, and we will deal with you condignly. Send your people, and we will deal with them condignly, robustly. Send them to Washington. We're ready for you. The war that you have declared on black people, we're ready to do combat with you. I hereby declare tonight. Anybody frighten you, Bharrat Jagdeo? That thin cup dictatorship that you're trying to build up, keep it for your backyard in Sparandam. Take it to unity. It is not for me. I'm not afraid of you. You come for me, I come for you. Let us have a go at it. It is time somebody stand up to this cross. It's time somebody stand up to this want-to-be tyrant. He's tearing apart the fabric of Guyana, thinking that his grandfather, Cricketer Senior, probably died and left Guyana in the will for Bharrat Jagdeo. Notice what he's doing. He's destroying all the black businesses. Any black person in the country that doesn't support the PPP can't have a job, can't have a business. What is that? What kind of country is that? They're only doing black villages in terms of infrastructure work. They're only processing loans for, they're only funding black villages. They're giving East Indians alone government contracts, or 1 and 2 black people to support them. And the contracts are giving those 1 and 2 black people, either they don't have the capacity to execute the contract, or they're cleaning trench and roads and building little bridges, while his East Indian friends are getting billions of dollars in contracts. Billions of dollars in contracts. And he is calling black people who talk about the discrimination criminals, right back at you, your grandmother, your whole generation, Bharrat Jagdeo. We are the descendants of the indomitable slaves. We will defeat you. The slaves rebelled and defeated colonialism. And your modern day colonialism, PPP racism, will be defeated. Will be defeated. And you see all them black people y'all kill with your death squads, you will be held accountable for it. I will make sure that at the Washington conference, and you know this, that's why you're bent out of shape, you will be an agenda item. And you're talking about somebody should complain to the Justice Department for reform. Somebody should complain to the Hague, the Justice Department, and every damn justice institution in the world for your atrocities. You are a killer. You guys formed death squads that killed over 1,400 African Guyanese. And you think you got away with it to the point where you can boast at Roger Lunchan's funeral that it was at a time when we couldn't depend or trust the security forces. We had to take mechanisms to get rid of criminals. The same kind of criminals that you calling me, who never got arrested, don't have a criminal history. You always pass black people. But the people in Guyana, those Afro-Guyanese in Guyana, sit down there with their laziness, with their apathy, and allowed you and your government to kill people and get away with it. I am saying now, not another one you almost be able to do and get away with it. The consequences must be so severe that it must be debilitating to your government and existence in Guyana. Every day he gets up, goes on critics, and defames and labels me. Well, you know what? I'm ready for you, Bharrat Jagdeo. You are nothing but an old, rusty, nasty, dirty, cracketed, tin cup dictator. Tin cup wannabe dictator. If you think you're Hitler, Hitler met his end. Hitler met his end. Black people can't thrive in the country because of you. Every single damn day, all you do is wake up and think about how you could destroy Afro-Guyanese in the country. Guyana belongs to everybody. Guyana belongs to everybody. And I noticed that tonight, or Finale arrived or will arrive in New York to go to Washington. Bharrat Jagdeo sent him, the little boy, to Washington with Foreign Minister Utah, Tourism Minister Onish Waldron, Foreign Secretary Robert Prasad, to go to Washington to continue to smear against us having this conference. I mean, you think about it. We have already prepared a brief for the people they will meet. They are up in arms because people in America, Guyanese, are meeting with the elected officials and the government. These wannabe dictators in Guyana think that we in America must not meet with our elected officials to talk about their racism because they are superior. They are supreme. Their racial supremacy trumps everything else. We are East Indians and we're supreme to black people, and don't talk about us because we are royalty. Take that crap and flush it down the Mahaica Leper Market Trench. Bharrat, you're not supreme to nobody. You could dress up as the KKK Grand Wizard of Guyana all you want. You're not even intimidating we. Share this link, everybody. Share this link, everybody. And it is time Guyanese come together and demonstrate their contempt for this tin cup dictator. They have now decided, they tried everything. They tried everything. Call me all kind of names, tell police to put a wanted bulletin for me, saying we want to extort businessmen in Guyana. And let me give you that. Share the link, everybody. Here they call it extortion. They have a car dealership in Guyana, which is a PPP financier, the owners, robbing, scamming people. They're predators on poor black people. They lend them cars with all sorts of conditions that they can't meet. They conduct all sorts of business with people and owe people. So we got on Facebook and advocated for them to pay the people and stop their predatory auto loan lending. And they tell them, go and tell the police that Bharrat was on Facebook advocating for the poor people. That is extortion. It is extortion to ask for poor people to be treated fairly and not be preyed upon. That's extortion. And the police force, who are all puppets, the leadership, puppets of Jagdeo and the PPP, put out the wanted bulletin. As if that scares me. As if that scares me. Let me find something here. Bear with me. I'm gonna try and share my screen if I can. It's not allowing me to do it. Yeah, but these people. All right, good. So let me see if I can share my screen here. This is live, so good. So let me see if you can. All right, good. So, let me see. All right, good. So he says work is a criminal, right? I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal in America. I'm a criminal in Washington. Now, this is just last Monday, right? This is the Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson. She's like the mayor of the Bronx. I'm trying to get rid of this. Good. She's like the mayor of the Bronx. That's my sister. This is an assemblyman. He's an assemblyman in Brooklyn. My assemblyman, actually. I live in his district. This is Senator Saunders. He's a senator in Queens. This is Senator Kevin Parker, senator in Brooklyn. This is the district attorney of Brooklyn. The district attorney of Brooklyn, which is the DPP, equivalent to the DPP in Guyana. Well, Reverend, we all love Reverend Sharpton. This is Senator Murray, my senator. I live in his district. This is Congresswoman Clark and an executive here of one of the companies here, my sister. I took myself out to that picture. Hold on. Let me go back. These are the Caribbean judges, our sisters, on the New York State Supreme Court. They're hanging out with the person Jagdeo said is a criminal. These people, I so past black people. So disrespectful to black people. And where's the police commissioner? Okay, this is the chair of the Brooklyn Democratic Party, who's also an assembly member, my sister, Ronnie's Bishop. former assemblywoman and deputy Brooklyn Borough president. This is the police commissioner of New York, Edward Eubank. This is the police commissioner of New York hanging out with me, talking to me, chatting to me. Bharrat Jagdeo, oh, he's a criminal. With the police commissioner again. The point I want to make is that he is not a serious person. Guyanese can't take this guy seriously. Nobody takes him seriously. As a matter of fact, he sits in the room with these journalists and everybody laughs at him when he starts on the rant. Even Glenn Lal is making fun of him. All he does is come to a press conference, talks about Burke, Norton, this, that, and he has nothing to do. He's bored. He's probably home right now. He ain't got no wife, no child, nothing. He's at his sides of the wall thinking, who should be death squad target today? Who talked about me today? Whose life can I make miserable? Which black business I can shut down and destroy? Which black person I could get arrested? Who can I call the police to frame? That's his life. The cricketer tin pot dictator. So, Ali is going to Washington to meet with the Democratic leader in Congress, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, and some members of the Congressional Black Caucus. I wish them well in that meeting. But after all, he cussed out the congressman. Ali cussed out the congressman. They're still meeting the congressman on his terms. That's fine. But they're taking the two black ministers with them, with no power. And I have never heard Utah. I mean, Utah is a fine guy, Onish Warren is my cousin. I have never heard them advocate for any black issue, express concern about any black situation in Guyana, if that's their constituency. In order to be accepted in the PPP, Afro-Guyanese have to shed their identity as black people. They're taking them to Washington to sit. Oh, we have black people in the cabinet here. Look. Yeah, Donald Trump had black people in the cabinet too. Ben Carson. Have you ever seen how stupid some of these black people in the Blacks for Trump behave? One of them was so naive that he killed himself. Kane. I forgot his first name, Mr. Kane. He was the owner of Beatrice Pizza. He's like, oh, I don't believe in COVID. I'm going to the Trump rally anyway. I'm not wearing a mask. And he went to the Trump rally in, I'm trying to remember the state, one of the southwestern states. If anybody remember, put it in the chat. So he went to the rally. I'm trying to remember the state and the city. It's a very white state. And in the center of the state is a very black town. And they went right outside of that city. I'll get it. So Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Herman Cain. Herman Cain is a black Republican Trump supporter. And during the peak of COVID, when Trump was telling people, you don't have to wear any masks, and was having these mega rallies, Herman Cain said, don't wear a mask. I'm going to the rally to show that COVID is not affecting me. You don't have to wear a mask, he said. And Herman Cain went to the Trump rally in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. I think it's Tulsa. And he contracted COVID. And he died. And Trump moved on. Trump moved on. Trump probably went home and said, oh, what a fool. Trump, meanwhile, was at the rally, isolated 200 feet from the people. A big stage, he alone. Then he gone back straight on the plane. Herman Cain is among the thousands of people at the rally. No mask. Got COVID and died. That's the black people in the PPP. That's the UTAD. That's the Orange Waldron. They're not thinking from themselves. They're following the herd. We have to do this because the PPP say we're doing that. Yes. And we have to be the token ones to show that the PPP has black people too. So they're going to Washington to meet with the Congressional Black Caucus. I could imagine when they're done with that meeting, the spin they'll put on it. Oh, we convinced the Congressional Black Caucus that we love all black people and that there's no racism in Guyana. And the Congressional Black Caucus said, come by here, we love you all. Go ahead and do your thing. You're governing for everybody. Just like he said, I met Leader Jeffries in Washington, Trinidad, and educated him. They're so nasty and disrespectful, black people in Guyana, to black people in Guyana, they think they could export it to the members of Congress. And they're particularly disrespectful to the ones in the Congressional Black Caucus because they're speaking out about their racism. But as I wrap up, they threatened that they will come to our Congress. I heard through my sources in the government that they're sending Mark Phillips and Gail Teixeira to our conference. Hey, y'all come, man. Come. Come to the Congress. Come to the conference. We got something special here. Y'all come. Yeah. Y'all could bully us. Yeah. We them little people. Y'all think y'all could bully in Guyana. Come. Yeah, come. I've never seen a government obsessed with an event in a foreign sovereign country. Never. That has nothing to do with them. Jagdeo is talking about it all the time. His supporters are all over Facebook talking about it. And they're calling us racist. Now, let me say what is racism. Racism is the demonstration of hate and prejudice for one set of people based on their race and using your power. Using your power, your prejudice plus your power to affect that group of people. That's racism. Calling out racism in the PPP and challenging their racism and exposing their racism is not racism. Rick Burke is not a racist because he condemn the evil, the atrocities, and discrimination by East Indian PPP. That's not what racism is. So you're saying ignorant. Let me say it in Ebonics. You're saying ignorant when you call us racism, because we're standing up for our rights and we're standing up against racial discrimination against Black people. I don't have any power. I don't demonstrate hate. I never said I hate Indian people. I love my brothers and sisters. What I dislike is discrimination against Black people, practiced by members of the PPP who happen to be East Indian. And they have the power to use their office and policies and practices of the government to affect decisions against the people they hate. That's discrimination. That's racial discrimination. Not nobody who's saying PPP racist. Oh, we racist, you racist too. That's the Trump kind of attitude. So stop wasting your time calling us racist. It does nothing to us. We don't care. We wear it as a badge of honor because we're standing up for principles. We're standing up for human dignity. We're standing up for the rights, equality, equity, fairness, and inclusion. When you guys call us racist, you're telling us, no, we don't want you guys to participate in the natural patrimony, in the resources of the country. It belongs to us only. That's what you're doing when you call us racist, because we're pointing out that that's what you're doing. It doesn't affect me one bit. It doesn't affect us one bit. It's obviously affecting you guys, because now the world is focused on the PPP racist government in Guyana. And you know what? The conference on Washington will deal with all of that. So those of you who are invited to the conference, get registered and come on down to Washington. And let's talk with our government officials about whether or not US policy in Guyana has adequately addressed the concerns we in this country, America here, have raised with them. Social equity, inclusive governance, inclusive growth, equality, and sustainable development for every Guyanese. That's what we want. That's what we'll continue to fight for. Says, we don't care how much he threatened people. He is threatening people attending a conference in Washington. The rusty tin cup, wannabe tin cup dictator in Guyana. Let us all join together and come to the conference, those who are invited. The government of Guyana is not invited to the conference. The conference is for members of our organizations in the diaspora. Staff members from the embassy are not invited to the conference. PPP members are not invited to the conference. We conference this. We want to talk about the benefits for we and the discrimination against us. You're not invited, you will not be allowed to come in. And if you attempt to do so, we will have fun, real fun. So good night, everybody, and we look forward to Bharrat Jagdeo and his robust engagement at the conference. And on Friday, I'll be sitting by the ringside waiting for him to curse me out again, because I don't know, like he run out of ideas. Burke is a criminal. 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 Burke. Tin Cup Dictator Jagdeo, have a good night. Good night, everybody.